So solid contact, just getting solid contact consistently over 18 holes. It just, just hitting it clean. It's just such an important part of the game. Let's have a look at how we can get better contact, get better ball and ground contact here. First off, when you're looking at the masses of the people out there, getting yourself set up with a little bit more weight on your left foot, left leg, getting the shaft in one line, shaft and left arm in one line. This is really getting us closer to the position where we need to be. Now we need to have, some lateral shift, and we need the body opening. For a lot of people out there, if we get ourselves set up in a great place at the start, just by leaning this shaft over. Now we have, around 12 degrees of shaft lean at impact. In your address position, someone like a McIlroy, you can get around 10 at the start by really getting the hands further forwards on the inside of this lead thigh. Now what we need from there is a little bit of a push forwards, a little bit of lateral shift and some opening, so we can get this right knee to cover the ball. Getting the left side to, clear and extend a little bit, and getting ourselves to move forwards. So assuring that we're getting ourselves set up 60%, we're feeling a little bit more pressure on that left foot, getting ourselves set up with the hands a little bit forwards. You can keep yourself centered from here. You're going to come back down into impact, get that right knee to cover the golf ball. You're going to get yourself much more solid contact, ball, ground. So people, right, the number one checkpoint in your downswing to see if your downswing is moving effectively and to have any chance at all of becoming a solid ball striker is this: getting your trail knee, your right knee, your trail knee to the finish line before your hands do. And amateurs don't even know about this. Amateurs don't even practice this, never heard of this. And when you film just about every single amateur player, their hands are winning the race. There's a huge gap between the knees, no shaft lean, no consistency of strike, standing up, creating a collision course. Now, people, if every top player is doing this, well, why aren't you? Why aren't you working on the good stuff, evidence-based material, knee to the finish line? And this is how we become a good ball striker. We've seen it with modern-day players. We've seen it with players of the past. We're going to show you how to get into this position. But first off, there's one thing, guys, there's one thing you have to do in your backswing to enable us to get into this downswing. And my partner from WorldClassGolf.com, Dr. Robert Neal, one of the world's leading biomechanic golf instructors, is going to show us how to create this backswing position. And then I'm going to take you on some amazing drills and feels to take your ball striking to the next level.
I think it's critical to know about your turns and tilts on the backswing. And I'm often reminded of a drill. I was told it was a golf machine drill, where you put your hands in front of you like this and you slide up and back, slide up and back. And in fact, Craig showed me a variation of it using the band here. So you pull up, and I think that really helps you to straighten your right leg a little bit. You don't lock it out, but you just straighten it so your right hip goes higher. These characteristics are what will allow you to turn and get the right tilts at the top of the backswing. Your tilt here should be about 14 or 15 degrees to the left, or minus 14 degrees. So a good way to look at that on video would be to film from behind and see if your belt line is about 10 to 15 degrees to the left.
So guys, right, get this part right. It makes the downswing so much easier. Have a look at the piston drill on the right of the screen here. You don't need the bands, but drawing up this right side, lowering the left side, and this move here, get the tilt, and it's all downhill from here. Now what does that mean? All downhill. Now look at these numbers, between 10 to 15 degrees here at the top of the swing. This helps lead with the hips. This helps get compression. This helps with shaft lean, and what it does is that the rolls reverse. It makes it easier then to get the correct tilts through the golf ball, which is what we're going to show you coming up. And this, people, is what great ball strikers doing, closing up the gap of the knees. Let's get further on into the video. At the end of March, mid-March, the end of March next year in 2025, Dr. Robert Neal and myself will be giving golf schools in Orlando, working with evidence-based instruction, great information covering all areas of the game. Don't miss out. Reach out to us there at World Class Golf Instruction, worldclassgolf.com.
When you combine the deep turn, you'll often feel a compression between your pelvis and your right leg here as well. And you'll know immediately if you're turning too flat, you won't get that, turning this way, you won't get any compression on the fingers of your right hand here. And if you sway, you'll get the compression, but you'll know that you'll get this left-sided tilt look rather than being centered.
So people, once we've wound it up correctly, we've got the correct tilts, we need to be able to move through the golf ball and reverse this roll, right? We need to be able to reverse the tilts of your hips and get this right thigh, this right hip has to then get back under the left, right? It has to get back under. We need to relocate a little bit. We need to get across. And we're seeing like Max Homer in probably the best position here. DeChambeau with his drivers, pretty amazing, that right foot and where he is, and getting the correct bends here, because it really affects what your arms are doing and the delivery of that club. Now, how do we feel it? How do we get this? Because amateur golfers, unfortunately, are moving out too much this way with the right side. This right side's coming out. You want to be able to just hold that back just for a split second here. I mean, we do see players like Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, these players kicking, but they're kicking the knee a long way that way. So they're getting away with it. That's difficult for amateur golfers. This is an easier way, right? This is an easier way to transition. Once you get up to the top, what we're doing is getting this right side to move under, and we're feeling like the right knee is almost moving under the left. We've got to be able to get this left hip then up. You've got to be able to squeeze in your legs here and get this movement, practicing this shift and getting this shift and lift. This shift and lift, and get this hip, this right hip under the left. It's going to give you compression and shaft lean. Really a great way to just make your swing look fantastic as well, which is a good thing. Let's have a look at a drill. I'm going to film it from this side here. Let's have a look at a drill that we can use and how we can exaggerate this, how you can practice this, how you can feel this and get this move, connect to a sensation of feeling, get it into your swing. So hi guys, if you liked the video, please consider giving us a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people. Thank you. So guys, let's have a look at this drill. There's not many drills that really are that effective in my opinion. I think there's only a handful. When you see tour professionals, you don't see them trying every single drill. There's a handful of drills that they continuously use because they make more money. They're the ones that work, right? Now this is a good drill. What it is, what we do is take the stance, drop your right foot back, okay? Now you can just lift up the heel a little bit. You can cheat a little bit and already get a little bit of pressure on the inside of that trail foot, because it's going to help us close up this gap. Now it doesn't perhaps look that great, but the feeling is sensational through the golf ball. Now what I want you guys to try and do, once you've got this right foot back, you lift it up, we're going to keep the left leg, in this case we're going to keep it solid, we're going to keep it even a little bit bent here as we move through the golf ball. And it really does supply you with the bends here correctly, and then you can get a feeling, of moving through, then extending up, then that'll help you straighten that leg. But don't try and straighten that left leg too early. That really is a death move. This is a great way to really practice moving through the golf ball and getting a sensation of the right side closing in, hitting it from this position here and getting the correct bends through the golf ball, and you'll find that you get really solid contact, just like that one there. Absolutely ripped it. And even though the right foot's back, it really prevents overdrawing, over flipping, and you'll probably hit a couple of fades. Guys, that's one of the best ways. Getting your hips to move correctly, your upper body will follow, your arms follow. What a great way to get our swings to move in the correct sequence. Understanding swing technique is just much more effective, and you'll create a much more efficient golf swing. This move has a wonderful chain reaction on your downswing, your through swing, and of course your impact position. And I'm going to show you guys how to practice this, and it supplies a couple of things. We know we need some lateral shift in the golf swing. We have around 4 to 6 inches, and we need to open up the hips so that we get clear away through the ball. We're not creating a collision course. And these hips, if that's being 10 degrees, they can turn between 35 to 55. We're getting that PGA zone or corridor. Now, the reason I mention this is we can be technical without being mechanical, but we need to understand, we need to get closer to some of these positions to consistently propel a golf ball down the line. What we're looking at here is getting the right knee to cover or be on top or over the golf ball at impact. And we want this right knee to get to this finish line or get to the golf ball before the hands do. And what it does is it assures that the knees are moving slightly towards the target, and it's a bit of a 2-in-1 movement. The less we think, the better it is. So we're going to hit some golf balls and get the right knee. It also helps, of course, when we get the right knee to the golf ball, that we have the hips out of the way. That creates some power. It creates some freedom through the golf ball. And unfortunately, a lot of the time we're seeing amateur golfers come down, and a lot of the club players really freezing up here with the knees and creating a bit of a collision course, and the elbows widening and really causing, not such a lot of different problems in and around impact. So by practicing this move, here's how we do it. It's pretty basic. You get to the top of your swing, you're keeping yourself centered, and when you're moving down, you're just getting that knee to get to the golf ball just before your hands do, and just applying a few practice swings, getting a feel for this movement, and then you can move through the ball. And it's just getting your knees to lead slightly as we get up into a nice balanced finish position.
Voted best swing analysis and best online instruction by several independent surveys, World Class Golf Instruction is transforming thousands of golfers at every skill level. Do not miss out. This video platform has over 1,400 videos and 85 separate masterclass series. The most structured and detailed video platform ever created, improving golfers on average between 4 and 11 shots. Join the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction. This is golf instruction that you've never seen before. The proven PGA corridors, factual evidence-based material. Unleash your true potential with the cutting-edge swing analysis technology. Experience the thrill of progress with the state-of-the-art practice programs and specialized golf fitness plans. Best information available.